Welcome to Chelsea Harbour, the home of some very expensive apartments and also some very expensive floating homes. The question is, how do you market to people who want to buy this sort of lifestyle? Well, one man knows all about it, William Anderson. He's the CEO of the Half Moon Bay project in Antigua. How do you market something that's ultra luxury, very expensive, and you actually can't show them the product?
Well, I think, James, with a project like this, the site is so singular and spectacular, and having spent a bit of time in the Caribbean, you realize that there probably isn't another site like this that will be available, and that was a special set of circumstances.
So what exactly is being built and planned there?
So we're doing a 44-room Rosewood hotel, which is going to be quite spectacular, needless to say, on a half-mile beach. One of the great beaches of the Caribbean. There's really three core buckets with this project, I always say. The first one would be the site itself, which is extraordinary. Cliffs, things that you don't expect to see in the Caribbean, which tends to be a bit flat. The second would be the exclusivity, because with only 10 plots, if you look at that relative to other projects like this in the Caribbean, that's much smaller. And the third is, there's not been a project that's been done at this level in the Caribbean for quite some time. And in that time, the core demographic has shifted quite substantially in that it's a multi-generational demographic now. The demographic is more people who want to be in the Caribbean, want a second, third, fourth home. The old notion that you can have a few windsurfers and sailboats is gone out the window. And so people are looking for very, very rich experiences. And so if I look at the demographic of our first buyer, who's very early 40s, very, very active, he wants to have, for both himself and his family, the same level of hardcore activity and interesting programming that he would have at home. So having a nice restaurant, assumed. Having a wonderful spa, assumed. It's really that next level of activities and as I said, soft programming that is going to be the differentiation point between a project today and one that was conceived and developed 20 or 30 years ago.
Sort of concierge living. How deep a pocket do I need?
Well, our lots, which are nearly sold, are priced from $10 to $25 million. And then we'll be introducing Rosewood branded residences in the fall, which will range from a low of about $3.5 million to a high of $14 million.
So how on earth do you market when the target customer is so few?
Well, I think, again, the beauty is with a product like this, you're not taking a shotgun approach. You know where your buyer is, and typically, I think it's easy to pin down those that are interested in this region. Some may say, no, I want to go to Mauritius, for instance. I have no interest in the Caribbean. So we can establish that quite quickly. So it's really then about putting this in front of people, and not in the traditional ways. We do no advertising. We spend a lot of time focused on wonderful editorial, and then at the same time we network, and that's both with extraordinary, I would say, bespoke estate agents here in London, for instance, and then in some cases we are either creating strategic partnerships or relationships with what I would call influencers. So for instance, we have one with Boat International. We have one with Edmiston, because besides Antigua being one of the capitals of yachting in the world, that buyer is our buyer. So, and in fact, our guest may be someone who wants to charter a boat at some point, a yacht. So it's really leveraging existing distribution channels, and then having people help us to get in front of the right people.
And then once you've got in front of the right person, I'm going to guess that it's not a one-size-fits-all strategy in terms of trying to understand what they actually want and to get that interest into a conversion.
Well, exactly. And in fact, you really have to, there is no formula. It really is as bespoke as it could be, because A, you have people who are very, very busy. So my opportunities to get in front of them may be very limited. And so you are really on their schedule through this process. And so it may be with the head of a family office first. It may be with an associate or family member before you actually meet the principal. And so, and even once you meet the principal, again, this isn't something we put pressure on people. We're really working at their pace. I think what helps on this project, because the offering is so small, there is a sense of urgency that you don't have if you're trying to sell, say, 40 lots.
FOMO.
Yes.
I'll have to start saving. William, thank you very much.
It was my great pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm James Wright and thanks for watching Marketing Media Money. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thanks for watching.